Okay, welcome back. Last time we finished off Mount Iwato and Nanjo left the party, but we now have Tatsuya in his place, and Tatsuya, as you can see, is about 10 levels above everyone else. This is because I transferred my save from Innocent Sin over. So, we now have Tatsuya in the party for the rest of the game. Now, before I make progress today, we have a couple of little detours. Okay, so first things first, I want to talk to this girl, who will ask you about what your birth month is. I'm not going to do that, so instead, we are going to tell her, Hastur, come forth. So, we just type this in, and she will act a bit differently. You'll regret what you've said. Don't get too involved, understand? This is a warning. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can head on back to Kismet Publishing, which I needed to go to anyway, because I need to check in on my sweepstakes to see if I won anything from last time. So let's go and see if we won anything. And also pick up this thing. Okay, so, there's a letter from Battlemaster. We won! The prize is the Vampire. Okay, that sounds cool. From Miracle, we won a Magic Mirror card, okay. And from Fantasy World, we also won and got the Spirit Source. Okay. And now, there's a letter. Are you the one worthy of this? So now we have the King in Yellow. But first, let's see what we just got. Okay, Vampire, HP Absorption, and increases crit. Okay, yeah, Katia, you are having this for like the rest of the game. And Maya can have the Dragoon. And then I think I'll take the all-around earring off Maya. I'll give her the agility source, I think, just for now. And I'll give, I'll give Tatsuya the all-around earring, so he just gets all the stat boosts. Although he's 10 levels above everyone else, he probably doesn't need it. And then I'll give Ulala the spirit source, because she has the least SP in the party. Oh wait, Baofu actually does. But Ulala's going to be playing more of a supporting role with some of her future personas, so I'm okay doing it this way. Now, before I go and do anything else, I also want to go to Hirosaka and talk. Actually, I want to double check something at Shiraishi first. Okay, so if I can talk to this person. Okay, yeah, I'll buy information for 100 yen. Kumi Asano. Kid filed this one, don't take it too seriously. Anyway, but Alaya Shrine used to be a blacksmith. So basically, there should be someone hanging out at the shrine who used to be a blacksmith. So let's go learn about them in just a bit. Hopefully they'll, be there. I also want to buy the core hand and the spinning. Weird, but kind of cool sounding names. Anyway, we now have new weapons for, what should we call them? So we now have a way stronger weapon for Ulala and for Baofu. I also have a better sword available for Tatsuya. And I do want to quickly make a trip back to Rosa Candida when I go back to Aoba. But I have a couple of other things to do first. Also, I am all over the place in terms of actually making progress and doing stuff here. So, back to the Time Castle to register our cards for Maragion, Malakwas, Mamagnara, Ferela, Riva, Megidola, and oh, I already had the Makarakan card registered, so, well, that was maybe a little bit of a waste, in fact. Anyway, off we go to the shrine. I'm going to try to get all this done as fast as I can, but this still may take a little while. This guy should be about here, so I assume he won't turn up just yet. Yeah, because the kid is behind the shrine. There should be someone kind of just hanging out around here. But they aren't here, so I imagine they will turn up after I finish this next dungeon or two. Okay, so I need to go back to Aoba. First I need to go to Satomi Tadashi. Actually, no, I'll go to Rosa Candida first, so I can make sure I can get all of the armor that I need. Being able to afford all of that is probably more important at this point. So I will want 4 Genji's helms, 3 Genji armors, and 4 Genji boots. And that gives me enough armor, and that will probably be the final, like, armor sets I buy for people. I mean, I say that, I haven't really used much in the way of armor stuff. Like, I've barely changed my armor for most of the game. Probably to at least someone's chagrin, and, you know, probably not being too happy about it. Anyway, off we go, back to the store. I've spent like 1,000,000 yen. Who knows? Anyway, let's stock up a little bit on these, because the next dungeon is quite a long one. Okay, I say quite a long one. The dungeon itself isn't. Let's buy 79 of each. And I have 5,000 whole yen left. Wow. What a luxury, I have so much money. Anyway, off we go to the detective agency so we can talk to Tamaki and get all of these sent off. Thank you, Tamaki. Thank you for your service. You are always the best. I really hope SMT IF can get any form of recognition at some point ever. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Anyway, finally we can go to the Velvet Room, where I need to pull up this notepad document I made because I need to keep track of this. I need 130 moon cards. I need 130 moon cards. I needed 48 star cards. I needed 163 hanged man cards. And I needed 9 justice cards. Now I get to play a fun little minigame called How Do I Juggle All of My Personas? So, first things first, while I was doing some grinding for cards, I found the Netherworld path by defeating Izanami in the in the air raid shelter. So I can now get Izanami, and Izanami is going to be quite important to me for probably the rest of the game, mostly due to Heartfelt Prayer. Heartfelt Prayer is going to be an essential move. Mostly because it's a healing spell, it's an area of effect heal, that if you cast it with one of the buffs, so Tarukaja, Rakukaja, Tsukukaja, Makakaja, or Samakaja, you can get the Ma versions, turning it from single target to, hey, this is party-wide, which is, you know, going to be quite helpful for me. So, with the Netherworld path, we've now got Izanami. We can now go over to the Tower Arcana and grab Hastur, who I will be teaching Garudine, and I'll be using an all card on. Basically, for personas I'm going to be carrying with me until the credits roll, I'm probably just going to use an all card on them, just for general convenience. I'm not going to sit through the animation for summoning all of them. So, we now have Hastur, and as you can tell by its, you know, text there, it is a like Lovecraftian monstrosity, but we'll be able to talk more about Lovecraftian monstrosities in just a little bit. Now then, I also need to get the controller to reconnect, because my controller loves disconnecting sometimes. So, first, we need to go to the Hanged Man and get Prometheus. And I'll be teaching Prometheus Agidine. I'm giving it Agidine because it's kind of ironic, I guess, because Prometheus bound to a rock for hundreds of years for disobeying Zeus by giving man fire. Therefore, I'll give him Agidine. So he now, you know, has something about fire. And this is Baofu's ultimate persona. So let's see what he has to say. Even if I'm to be chained to a rock, my duty is to love you and give you wisdom. The fire I have given you is your indomitable spirit. So we now have Prometheus. Prometheus gonna be probably pretty good. So now we can also get Asteria of the Star Arcana, and I'll give her Aquadine. So now we have Wind and Water both available for the Star Arcana, and this will be Ulala's ultimate persona. I'm the mapper of the stars, Asteria. Stars change, but they also show one's fate. Know that your way is before you. Okay, so that is 2 of them. Tatsuya already has Apollo, so he already had his ultimate persona. Now... Oh wait. Why can I not get Hyperion yet? Am I not high enough level to get Hyperion for some reason? Oh, I can't... Okay, hold on, just a moment. I'll get rid of Huenia, because I'm probably not going to be using it anymore. And I will also get rid of Tengu, because I'm probably not going to be using that anymore. I should probably just go through and use, like, Shax and Jack Frost and them, and actually just try to, you know, fully max those out before I get rid of them, just for general convenience. Now... okay, what do I want to teach Hyperion? Honestly, for Hyperion, I think I'm going to go all in and give him Megidula. I should probably try to give him something more physically oriented, but I don't have any... I don't think there are physical attack skill cards in this game. Anyway, we now have Hyperion. I'm the father of the sun, the moon, and the stars. Feel the wrath of the titans that shakes the heavens and the earth. So, we now have Hyperion, which is Katsuya's ultimate persona. And finally, accidentally hit my desk, and finally we can go over to the moon and get Artemis. Artemis, I am going to teach... I think I'm gonna give Zeodine to Artemis. I don't know if this is going to be the right play, but it's the choice I'm making, and if I've made a mistake, then I'm gonna have to live with it, I suppose. I am Artemis, the dim moon goddess who provides you light. My pure counterpart, do not forget your destiny. I think it said do not fear your destiny, but 10 out of 10, I can't read today, apparently. Now then, take on personas. Okay, so I'll switch Maya Prime out for Artemis. So Artemis is here. I'll switch Baal for Asteria, Indra for... Where is he? Hyperion. Tsukiyomi I will switch out for Prometheus. And... Okay, how am I gonna do this? Okay, I need to switch Baofu's personas. So, this may take a little bit of shuffling about. So, let's quickly put Baofu on Kundali Vidyaraja, even though he doesn't have, you know, good affinity with it. But now, we can move that to there, and we should be all set. So, now I get to play a fun little minigame called Which Personas Do I Actually Want to Bring With Me? I'm bringing Hastur. I know I'm bringing Hastur. I know I'm bringing Izanami. What else do I really kinda need? Kundali Vidyaraja can stay. Genbu, I think, can stay. Susanoo and Anko. I think I'll switch them out. And in their places, I will take Baal and... Actually, do I need Edenarch? I think I'll keep Edenarch just so I have something that does any form of light damage. So now we have Artemis, Asteria, Hyperion, Tatsuya needs Apollo, and I will give Hastur to Baofu just for now, because we are doing one more side quest before I go and make some progress. I know, 15 minutes in and I'm saying I might make progress? What is this? Anyway, so now we have to go to Kasugiyama High School, and we just run on through here. Hopefully this won't take too long. I'm just gonna run from this encounter because realistically it isn't worth fighting these enemies. Like, they're kind... Really? Really, Ogre? Okay. Baofu, tell them. I don't know if this is actually gonna work. That made it mad. I don't think that's gonna work. I think we're better. But scared it. Anyway. Okay, that made it both eager and angry, so I guess that kinda works. Wow. 1 whole damage. I'll be polite and let them live. 1 whole damage, though? I don't know, man. Like, that's a lot. At the start of the damage, at the start of the game, that might have hurt. Anyway, let's quickly just pointlessly heal. Yes, I did just cast Meteorama to heal 1 HP. Don't mind me, that's just how I am sometimes. Also, while I'm just running through here, I will get all of my SP back, so I'm not too worried about it, honestly. So now, that could have been pretty bad. So now I want to go through into Area 4, and we just need to run around here until we find a certain enemy. Spoilers, it's not these guys. So hopefully we can find them. I'll give it like 3 more encounters, and if I don't find them, then I'll just make a cut when I eventually do. Hopefully I'll find them soon. It's also not these guys. You'll know it when I see them, because Biofu will immediately start talking with them. I'm due to having Hastur. So hopefully we'll be okay. In terms of actually finding these guys quite soon. I don't know if there's an easier way for me to get them to kind of pop up, though. Also, in case you're wondering, hey, why is everyone else defending and then Biofu attacked? I was grinding, like, Persona ranks during, while I was grinding, so that's why. Nope, still not these guys. Okay, if the next... They're gonna want to talk, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Okay, Lilim, yeah, sure. Okay, let's have Ulala talk with Lilim. Wait, no. I remember this. I have Katsuya talk with her. Okay, if I have Katsuya talk with her, it works. Yeah, people kind of suck sometimes. Anyway, 56 moon cards. Let's go. Okay, if this next encounter isn't them, I'll just make a cut when I eventually find them, because we could be here all day. Okay, I'm just gonna make a run for it and then make a cut to when I eventually find them. Literally the next encounter. Anyway, the echoes of the soul began to stir. The horrifying creature spoke to Byaki in a cosmic voice from your soul. It stated, "Hear me." The horrific creature that lives in your soul spoke again to Byaki in a cosmic voice. "Hand it to me." So we now have the Golden Honey. The Golden Honey is exceptionally helpful, because if I quickly show you what it does, it is... When I get to it, here we are. Reduces the encounter of demons to 0 for a limited time. Infinite uses. So I never need Estoma ever again. I can basically just turn off encounters if I need to now. If I'm understanding how the Golden Honey works correctly, and if it isn't bugged, I should be able to just tell encounters no for the rest of the game if I so choose. Which realistically, I probably should have just done that immediately, huh? So I wouldn't get randomly ran into by level 8 enemies. Anyway, so now that we've done all of this, let's head on back to Narumi. Do I have the maps? The items. Can I just double check this? Okay, yeah, I do have the maps. And now we go to the construction site. Honestly, a very poorly defended subway construction site. You'd think it would actually be, you know, fairly well defended. Or at least have some security measures. And so you couldn't just walk right on, but hey, here we are. Maybe they used this subway to transport stuff. There's food and all kinds of stuff here. Who they kidding? They set this thing up and tried to make a rumor come true. They must be insane. Why is Tatsuya doing the gamer lean? Maya, are you sure you can drive? Perhaps I should instead. I mean, hey, it can't be worse than last time. Actually, it might be. If it is worse than last time, they might die, but, well, we'll find out. Hey, Tatsuya, I found some drinks. Want some? Hey, Tatsuya, there's something's been bugging me. Why are you the only one who recalls the other side? Don't have to say what you don't want to. Besides, what I want to know is what are we like on the other side? We were there, right? Well, my brother's pretty much the same. Ulala was scammed by a con artist. I only know you through spread rumors on the internet, though. So the other side isn't that different. Is it hard, being an adult? Huh? No, never mind. Forget about it. What about you? It's the same. There's nothing good. The pain just keeps growing. Maya, it's a dead end. Please stop. Damn, Baofu really hit them with the harsh, awful reality, and no one could negate or refute his statement. Anyway, welcome to the gates of hell. Worry about everything else later. You're still young. You got lots of time, that is, if you stay alive. Okay, so, there we are. Horrendous screech as that train comes to a halt. Okay, so this is another kind of two-part dungeon, but I will talk more about that once we talk to everyone. As a child, I believed adults had strong beliefs and could rule themselves. I wanted to be an adult like that. But as you age, you start to see many things. There's times when you become confused. It's sick to feel yourself being defiled like that. Time is cruel. It just keeps moving on, and before you know it, we all just look like adults. Gotta do this, gotta do that. Sooner or later, it all gets left behind somewhere. All the pain and dreams you had when you were a kid. Adults, huh? What are adults, anyway? I guess we have to walk from here. We can't just go back easily. This is our last chance to turn back. So, I can just get back on the train and leave. But you can just get back on the train and leave. However, once you enter the subway, you are actually kind of fine. So, you go through the subway, and this area doesn't need to be mapped out, fortunately. So you make your way through the subway, and then at the end of the subway, so pretty much I will make my way through the subway section. I do this, and then once I reach the end, that's when I actually hit the kind of wall. It feels a bit weird calling it a wall. But like, pretty much, that's where you hit the point of no return. So you get to the end of this dungeon, then you go into the next one straight away, but you can come back and leave from the subway whenever you want. However, once you enter the next dungeon, you can't go back, if that makes sense. I probably could have explained that way better. Okay, we found an agility card. Oh wait, Katsuya leveled up. Okay, these are succubi, I think? So, I should just hit them with regular, normal attacks. And this way I'll also get to see how much damage we can do with our new moves. Okay, so... okay, solid damage. Okay, 563 damage crit. I know that that was weak to physical attacks, but that's quite a chunk. That is quite a bit. Anyway, so this area has... I don't remember how many floors it is. I want to say it's 7, but I don't know exactly what. I don't know why, but I think it's 7. I'm confident that it's 7, but I might be completely wrong. Okay, so let's just once again just set away all of our spells and kind of just annihilate these soldiers. I do kind of want to know why, of all things, like, regular human enemies are kind of immune to light and dark. I want to say that's probably, okay, drive shot did a chunk of damage there. It's probably just like, oh, well, you know, it's like, but the idea of a human being injured by the concept of good and evil, I suppose, but I don't know, man. Anyway. Okay, we found another route down. And an item. An Estoma card. Hey, earlier in the game, that would have been great to find. I would have loved to have had that a while ago. Okay, so, can I cast land? Oh, also, while I was grinding, I learned Last Quake, which is going to be quite helpful when I, you know, eventually get to use it in a proper fight. But for now, we're just gonna kind of, you know, obliterate all these things. Oh, also, it's important for me to note, Hastur basically learns exclusively curses. I think Hastur's learn set is exclusively curse moves until its final move. Sorry, Pause. Rewind. Did I just learn a move called Atomic Destruction? Okay, yeah, I need to investigate that. What the hell was that? I know that it was obviously, like, the way that my moves... Like, I know that it was obviously a fusion spell created by some combination of my moves, but Atomic Destruction sounds a bit much. Also, I'm gonna switch Biofu onto Prometheus so he actually, you know, starts to level his ultimate persona. Now then... Here's the thing, the subway I don't think has a map, which is a little bit of a pain. Okay, let's see here. Atomic Destruction. Causes some atomic breakdown for a high chance of instant kill to one enemy. Brother, I'm fighting normal people. Like, those are just regular people. Like, I'm not casting that on a person. Like, that's ridiculous. Anyway, So 28 minutes into this episode, I got to have a bit of a ramble moment. There's a switch on the other side. Yeah, let's just keep going. That's really left, I can't go that way. Anyway, so, I'm gonna just ramble while I make my way through here, I suppose. Pretty much, since the last time I recorded, I have indeed finished Silent Hill 2. I don't remember if I actually mentioned it. I don't remember if I mentioned it in the previous episode, but I have now finished Silent Hill 2. That game, really good. I had a couple of very kind of minor issues with it. Let's go all Vitality for this level, why not? And I think the game is really good, but also, spoilers for Silent Hill 2 for like the next 30 seconds. I really didn't like the fight with Pyramid Head. I think the fight with Pyramid Head is terrible. Like, thematically, I think it's amazing, but as an actual boss fight, it was miserably boring. It's sort of like, hey, run around in circles for ages. Yes, I know you can do damage and it makes the fight go faster, but it just took ages, and I just dodged him for like, the entire time, and it felt like it was just never gonna end. And then I shot him twice, and then the fight ended. Anyway, okay, rambling about Silent Hill 2 is now done. What else have I been doing? I started playing, what did I start playing again? Oh, I started just in my free time. I started a Nuzlocke on Pokemon Heart Gold. I was doing one on Platinum and I kind of just got bored. And then decided, yeah, I'm just going to do one on Heart Gold Soul Silver. But I decided to give myself an additional challenge, and I'm trying to make it through the game with only electric types. And so far, outside of 1 or 2 battles, it's been honestly quite comfortable. well, I've been quite enjoying my time with it. Which is weird, because if you know my opinion on Gen 2, I'm not a Gen 2 fan. I do not like Heart Gold Soul Silver all that much. But also, I don't know, exclusively electric types, not that bad. Although you are limited, if you don't have the Poker Walker, you are limited to just Mareep / Flaffy until after you beat Whitney. So, yeah, you are there for a while with just one Pokemon. So the second rival fight in Azalea Town suddenly becomes really dangerous. Especially if you do the, the questionable decision that I did, which was, yeah, I'll just take Totodile, give my rival Chikorita, that'll be fine. I would advise against it. Because at that point, the only move you would have that isn't resisted is Tackle. And, like, yeah, you can paralyze it with Thunder Wave, but it can also just click one button and go, yeah, Poison Powder, actually. And since he also has a Ghastly, I don't know if it has Curse at that level, but, if you get Cursed, you kind of just immediately lose, because you aren't finishing that fight in 4 turns. But other than that, it's been relatively comfortable. And then once you get to Ecruteak City, the world is your oyster. And then I also had the realization of, oh, if I lose Lantern, if I lose Chinchou / Lantern, and at any point in the Mahogany Town gym or in the Olivine gym, things suddenly get really bad. And by that I mean, you basically have no other options really, because you have to fight a Piloswine, and you have to fight a Steelix. And honestly, Lantern's, water subtype, basically gives it everything you can hope for of a... Okay, I think I'm 2 floors from the end here. And I'll get to the end of this dungeon, and that'll be where I wrap up today's episode. But yeah, I've been having quite a bit of fun with that. And then, since it's October, since it's Halloween season, I've decided, right, I'm gonna play more horror games. So after years and years, so this is where I get to play a fun little minigame. Not even a minigame, tell a funny little story. Wow, I found the way down immediately. So for years, Resident Evil 7 was on the list of games I asked for the holidays. And last year, or maybe the year before, I finally got it, and I finally started Resident Evil 7. I'm maybe like 2 hours in. I don't like it. I really don't. Like, I'm hoping that I warm up to it eventually, because in terms of the atmosphere, also I am running backwards and away from where I need to go just so I can finish this ramble. Basically, it's a game where so far I'm enjoying it in every aspect that isn't gameplay, which kind of saddens me a little bit, because it's like, yeah, this game is really good, visually great, atmospherically fantastic, sound is good, but I'm not liking the gameplay. It's like, great, I get not very fun stealth and not very fun combat. I'm hoping that I warm up to it more as I go, but I don't know, man. As it is right now, I'm not really clicking with RE7, but I do hope that changes in the near future. But I will keep you posted on that as I make my way through the game. However, we've now reached the end of this area, and I believe floor 7 is the end of the subway tunnels. So we have kind of blitzed our way through here, yeah, without any real, worries or hassle or consideration, or really exploring. But, also, this is where I get to show a secret. I had recorded this episode previously. This is me redoing the episode. I had to redo this episode because I recorded it and just didn't have the narration track going. So, I've had to redo this entire episode, so that's kind of, that was a little bit inconvenient and just a tiny little bit annoying for me. But anyway, I'm going to end off today's episode here. I will hopefully see you all on Friday as we make our way down into the Torifune. But until then, I'm going to end off today's episode here. As always, feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all on Friday as we continue with Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. Yeah, thanks for watching. Later.